I just drew that. You like my artwork? You can tell I was an elementary school teacher. That's my egg on legs. Hey there, my name is Barbara McDermott. I am founder of Shift Formula, and I help people get out of egg on legs syndrome. And I'm being a little silly, and I'm also being quite sensitive. So let me just tell you a little story. I recently acquired a new client, and this is not me, this is what she had said about herself. She said, you know what, I'm like an egg on legs. And when you step back, you're like, wow, I can see what you're saying. She has very slim, strong legs. Her arms are very fit. And this woman exercises a lot and has for many years. You know, we're in our 60s now, right? I'm in my high 50s. This woman is in her 60s. And she said, I'm really just an egg on legs. Because what she had said was she just couldn't get this to resolve. This right about her waistband, you know. It's almost like her belt line was just the widest part of her. And no matter how much she exercises, and this gal exercises a lot. I see her at the gym all the time. This has always been her plight. I can't get rid of my egg shape. So then she proceeded to share, of course, all the things she has done. She says, you know, I think what I need to do is just control my portions a little bit more. I got to pay attention to, you know, getting a smaller plate. You know, a lot of the plates in the world today are really big. I need to just bring it down to like a child's size plate. And whatever I want to reach for, I'll just reach for less. And, you know, when I'm eating, I'll pay attention to how full I am, and I'll take a few bites. And as soon as it doesn't taste as good as the first bite, I'll push away. Woo! Does that sound like a fun party or what? Not to me. So, you know, we went through the portion control thing. Then she was talking about, well, maybe I just need to count calories. You know, I need to burn more calories. I talked about this in one of my other sessions. You know, our eyes light up when we feel or think or misled, you know, false hope that burning more calories is going to get us out of our situation. Well, this woman burns a lot of calories, but she's not able to burn the calories around her egg belt. That's not moving. This looks great. Her gams are awesome, but she can't get rid of this middle. Okay? She's burning a lot of calories, but can't burn these calories, conditional calories. They're trapped. Then she says, well, you know, maybe I just need to eat more clean. We've heard this, the organic panic. And I agree. We should be eating as clean foods as we can possibly, you know, get our hands on. For sure. Why would we want to eat dirty fake foods, right? Factory made foods, packaged foods, processed foods. Not the best. But just because we're eating foods that are clean doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to end up around our egg. Okay? Maybe eat more plant-based. Maybe the animal foods that I'm eating are causing this. Well, the interesting thing is the animal foods are not causing this because animal foods are protein and fat foods, so they don't stimulate insulin. And this egg plate, that's her insulin belt. Okay, now it's not really a belt made out of insulin, but it was brought to her by insulin. Okay, the carbohydrates she's been eating, blood sugar, thanks to insulin, get shuttled to fat right around our middle. So we know how prevalent insulin is in our lives, and oftentimes to some degree we develop a resistance to insulin just as we age, because since our first meal at infancy, we've been putting out insulin all the time. And your body gets tired of hearing it and grows resistant. So then you pump out even more insulin. And this is why we have the middle-age spread as we get older. We're not less cool. We're just more insulin resistant. And when we understand that, and when we move to a plant-based way of eating, and I'm all about plants, I eat plants every day. But sometimes that can be not enough information. And a person can go from eating animal foods, high-quality animal foods that are not going to contribute to this, and end up eating more plant foods, which are nothing but carbohydrate foods, which create that egg shape, right? And then she said, I just need to exercise more. And I looked her in the eye and said, really? Really? Do you think you're going to be able to exercise more than you already do? Well, the kicker is, for this woman, she didn't realize she could do all of these things. But if she didn't reduce her insulin levels, she can't even tap into using this calorie, this fat here. Because when insulin levels are elevated, insulin levels are elevated, you can't even tap into this calorie, weight, fat. We see people walking all over the place and they're trapped. They don't realize with insulin up, they're accumulating fat, but they can't let go of the fat. Accumulating more and more fat, but it's locked. You cannot tap into it. So we could be exercising out the wahoo, but be trapped in sugar burning because insulin levels are elevated. And so what happens? We start burning our muscles up. Good grief. And her beautiful legs and her arms, which I didn't represent here, they would start to dwindle down. Well, this gal got her insulin in check, and you know what's happening to her egg shape? Well, you know what's happening, right? It's gotten, where's my black pencil? It looks really good. She's gotten slimmer. The egg shape is disappearing, and her insulin belt is getting narrower. And her body shape looks like it should look. We should not look like an egg on legs. We shouldn't look like that. It's all about the insulin. You can take all the insanity of all the directives out there in the world. You can apply every single one of them to the best of your ability. But if you don't understand how to quiet insulin, you're never going to win. It's just defeat and frustration and false hope, right? The cool thing is, once insulin's down low, as she had found out, and body fat lets go, and she's starting to dine on her body fat, meaning using body fat to fuel her day, she says, oh my God, I don't even eat lunch because I'm not hungry. Why? Because your energy needs are met, When we get ourselves out of sugar burning and get into fat burning, this is what fat burning feels like. Oh my gosh, chug. Sugar burning. I'm exhausted, burning through my sugar and then my muscles, fat burning. Burning body fat puts out 3 times more energy than burning sugar. That's why when we're teaching classes or you're with other people, they're like, why do you have so much more energy? It's because I'm tapping into my more powerful energy fuel source. That egg is no longer there because I tapped into it. If you'd like to learn more and make this your A-game action for the rest of your life, I have a link there, discover-shift.com. The cool thing is, once you learn it, and you earn it, and then you burn it, you don't need me anymore. You will own the key to your health for the rest of your life. It's really powerful. So if you know somebody else who's struggling and calls themselves an egg on legs, you tell them that it doesn't have to be. Maybe they'll join you. The 2 of you can do it together. Okay, thanks for stopping by. And as I always say, I'll see you next time.